Hey everybody, it is your boy NCO7 here, and welcome to the Fire Emblem Engage character tier list. I don't think there's really a lot I have to say for this. I probably should just say two things. First off, this will be based off of how much I like them as a character, slash maybe their design, but more so I like them as a character, and not how good they are as a unit. And also, spoilers. But then again, you should probably have already known that if you're gonna watch this video. So we got some characters to go through. I tried recording this beforehand, but of course, always run into issues. But we're gonna try and go through this a little bit efficiently, but still give my thoughts and whatnot. So let's go. We'll start off with the Aleers. I'm putting them both in B tier. I think Aleer's not too bad. Obviously, the hair is definitely something. I think it's better on the female one, but I played with the male Aleer, and he's good. I think that they're fine protagonists. I like that they talk. I like that they have a personality. Um, yeah, I don't really have much to say since, again, they're the protagonists, but still, not too bad of a start. Vander, he's all right. There's not a lot to him. He's kind of just there, if you ask me. Um, I really don't have much to say on him. Like, old dude that's strong. I mean, yeah. Clan and Fram. I like them about as much as each other, so I'll just put them both here. They're fine. I think Clan's a little bit better just because Fram has some moments that are a little bit, I don't know, but she could be a little bit over the top, but I like both of them. I think they're fine. Like starting kind of characters. Yeah. Don't have much else to say. I'm not gonna have a lot to say on some of these characters because some of them just don't have a lot to them, so excuse me if I keep saying I don't have much to say. Lumera. I'll put Lumera in B as well. She's fine. There's not really a lot to say about her. Obviously, this game had to do the whole parent killing thing. Actually, they did it twice in this game. But she's fine. I mean, her design's really good. I like what they did with her in Chapter 25. I think that was interesting. That was a difficult chapter, by the way. But yeah, Lumera's fine. Don't have much to say. Alfred, I'll give him an A tier. He's not amazing by any means, but I like his I kind of like his personality, and I like kind of like the other story that's going on with like his sickness and whatnot. Yeah, I think he's not too bad. He's not like super interesting but like he's fine. Boucheron. Boucheron is gonna go in the B tier. He's fine. I like how he's kind of more humble and wholesome, but there's not really a lot to him. That's kind of the problem with some of the earlier games in the earlier characters in the game is that there's many of them that just don't have a lot going on for them. Once we reach Brodia, which I will be going out of order at some point, but once we get to like Brodia, that's when the characters start to get a lot better. But Boucheron's alright. Etier, this might be a little controversial, but I'm putting her in the A tier. I actually really enjoy her. Yes, I know her personality is just muscle, muscle. That's literally all she says. But I just enjoy her supports. I like her support, especially with Gold Mary. That one is a gold mine. It's hilarious. And I initially didn't really think much of her, but like in the pre-release phase. But once she was added to Heroes, I was more interested in her. And honestly, I like her. I like her. She's not amazing. I think that her character isn't really the most great thing ever, but I think she's all right for who she is. Celine is another A character. I know some people don't like the fact that she always has to talk about tea and whatnot, but honestly, I think she's a lot more interesting, especially in like their supports with Elchrist and Alfred make her a lot more interesting. It kind of gives her the fact that it's like, oh, she doesn't really want to rule, but like she has that fear that Alfred could potentially die, which ultimately happens and for her to have to do all the ruling. But I like Celine. I like her a lot. I think she's fun. Louis okay. I don't really have any thoughts on him at all. He's kind of just there. He does people watching. That's kind of it. Chloe is going in the A tier. I know she's not super interesting either, but I think there's a little bit more going on with her with like the whole weird food stuff like that. Like it's at least some sort of gimmick, but it's not always there as well. It doesn't feel like it's too overbearing, although it can be a little bit. And she also definitely has one of the best designs in the game as well. But yeah. Now I think it's time. Oh, accurate. Forgot. Jean. He'll go in the B tier. He's fine. I like how he's kind of like a kid doctor who wants to like save lives, but knowing that he can't like save everyone. I like that. I think Jean's all right. And Queen Eveve. I don't really care. I don't really care about like the main like king queens of each region, so I'll just put them all here. They don't really do anything for me. I have basically nothing to say on almost all of them, so aside from this dude and how many times they made it clear that he wasn't going to die, but he died, so that was a little weird. Let's see. Yunaka is going in the A tier, but she's not S tier because I think Yunaka's honestly overrated. I get that. I think she has one of the more interesting backstories, and she also like has some fun supports. Like hers and Citrine's is rather intense, and she has some other good ones as well. And she is a good character, but I think Yunaka isn't the best. I think she is a little bit overrated, even though the girl that I'm putting in the S tier is also overrated. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Oh yeah, I forgot about this dude. I don't remember what his name is, but I'll be honest. He honestly, okay, for being a one-off boss, he's hilarious. He's so comical. His design is ridiculous. He's ridiculous personality. I swear, he is so funny. I honestly was laughing a lot at his death scene because it was just hilarious. I mean, you can't take it seriously at all. He's such a goofball. I love it. I mean, he's not going any higher than B because he's a one-off enemy, but like, God. I love when they make them so comical. It's hilarious. I think it's funny. Alright, let's get to Barodia. Diamant is going in the A tier. And while I think Diamant's really good, I like how he's kind of like, he feels like another Fire Emblem protagonist. I honestly like Alcris more. I should probably also mention that the way they're arranged on the tiers does not like doesn't really matter at all. Like it's not like the best all the way to the like worst of the A tier. Like it's just don't think too hard about it. But I like Elcris a little bit more because I feel like he's more relatable. He's like he doesn't have the best self-esteem, and not for like some super dark reason or something really deep. It's just a case of he's in the shadow of his brother. So I like that. I like that they didn't really make him another Bernadetta, which honestly over time she's kind of I've liked her a little bit less and less, but that's for another day. But yeah, they're both pretty good. Amber is pretty there. I think he's kind of funny sometimes. He has some good supports, like with Panette, I think is pretty funny. When they're in the haunted house, I think that's cool. But he's kind of just there, honestly. He doesn't really do much for me. Jade is also going in the B tier. I really want to put her in the A tier, but there's just not enough to her besides the writing. Like, I mean, there's like that one support with Risotto where she like says the funny stuff, but it's like there's not enough to her. I wish there were like more situations she was put in that wasn't like writing or anything like that. I think that would have been kind of nice to see. But Jade's fine. Lapis is an A tier character. She is the best Brodia girl. Not Yunaka. Take that, Yunaka fans. Lapis is really cool. I just love how she is, where she's like really strong and she's kind of a bit more like rural. Like she fights bears. I like her design too. I think it's really good. Lapis is good girl. I like her a lot. Citrine is okay. I don't really have a lot to say on Citrine. She's okay, but honestly, compared to Lapis, she doesn't do as much for me. I mean, yeah, she's rich and all that, but it's like, it's not really a personality. let's see. I did say I was gonna go out of order, but I guess we're not gonna do that. Alright, I guess we'll get to the Elucia characters. And Ivy. Yeah, she's overrated too, but god damn it, I love her so much. She was the one I gave the pack ring to if you saw my Engage analysis video. She is absolutely my favorite girl in this game. I love her so much. I love her personality. It's way better than I thought it was going to be. She has some very funny moments, like in the B supports of her supports with Tamara and Panette. Those B supports are gold. And I just like her personality as well. Also, she has one of the best designs in the game. She's beautiful. And as for retainers, I like Zelkov and Kagetsu about as much as each other. Zelkov's fine. Like, I think Zelkov's interesting enough. And I kind of like how he's kind of like a bit scary at first, but then he's like actually like a major goofball. I like that, but it doesn't really do a lot for me. I like his mannerisms of talking, where he's always talking with such ways. Yeah, I like that. Kagetsu's okay, but I like his whole like fighting other people to kind of learn about the world. I think that's kind of an interesting way of kind of learning about the world, but there's not really a lot else to him besides that, so yeah. Hortensia. She's going into the A tier. I actually like Hortensia quite a bit. I think she's nowhere near as bad as some people make her out to be. Yes, her voice can be a little bit annoying. I won't lie, when I first heard it, I was kind of like, I don't know. But honestly, it grew on me eventually, and I really do enjoy her character. She has some really good supports, and I like what they did with her. I like that they didn't make her a complete and utter brat. Like, they actually made her kind of a normal person, even though she can also be about as unhinged as the rest of the cast in this game. And her retainers are also pretty good, too. Well, except Rosado. I'm kidding. Both of them are really good. I like Rosado. I'm just kidding. I like Rosado. I fully support him being cute. I like him. I think he's good. I don't really have much else to say. And Golden Mary's also really good. I love how she's so full of herself, but like, I like that it's not too much. Like, I like Golden Mary. I like her a lot. She's really funny, like, especially, again, with her support with Etier. I really like that support. It's really funny. Golden Mary's really good. And I just love her, like, I also love her bond conversations with Soren. That stuff is hilarious. That stuff is really funny. Golden Mary is a gold mine. And Anna's fine. I like what they did with Anna in this game. I'll admit, at first, I wasn't really into her at all. I thought it was kind of dumb, but I actually, once I like saw her supports and whatnot, I actually think she's much better than I thought. Like, I'm glad that they actually made her more of a character, whereas in Three Houses, she was kind of just a cameo character that just so happened to become playable without any support conversations, which was weird, but at least here Anna actually has supports and whatnot, and feels like an actual character, which I like. I appreciate them trying to do like a Gremlin kind of like strategy when it came to like making a new Anna for this game, but I like that. I like it. Fagotto is going into A tier. I like Fagotto a lot because I think he's kind of a mixture of Claude and Sylvain, where it's like, he's got that scheming kind of part of him, but he's also got like that, like, in that cool, sly kind of part of Claude, but he's also got like that fun, happy-go-lucky going, and like, but also kind of having a bit of a secret kind of thing like Sylvain has. I don't know if anything I said makes sense. Basically, he feels like a mix of Claude and Sylvain, and I like that. I like Fagotto a lot, more than his sister. Tamara's okay. Like I mentioned in my Engage analysis, Tamara's not interesting to me. I don't know, she's fine, but like, there's not enough going on with her, and I feel like that kind of, it doesn't make me think as much of her. And then for Pandreo, he's fine. I like the howling. I like how it gets the other people to howl, but he's kind of okay. I like his support with Panette, though. I think that's a good support. Bunei I don't really care too much about him at all. I mean, he's a chef, sure, and he says some weird stuff every now and then, but it's like, there's not really there's not a lot to Benet, and I just think he's not interesting. I'm sorry. But as for Tamara's retainers, they're both really good. Marin is absolutely going in the A tier. I love her a lot. I love how she tries to maintain an era of cool, but then when she spots that rare critter, then she gets all cute and whatnot and so excited. I love that. I think it's really fun. I think it's really cool. And Panette is also pretty good. I like that she's like Yunaka with the whole two-face sort of thing, but I think Panette does it a little bit better. I think she has a slightly better design. And I just like Panette a lot too. I think I like how she's kind of like a polite noble lady, but then on the battlefield she's like Trevor from GTA. I like that. And Cedal is also pretty good too. I'll put him in the A tier. I like him. I think he's got some good supports. I like his support with Yunaka because like it gets Yunaka to do some impersonations to some of the characters, which is funny. And I like how he kind of explains his backstory and his like support with Alchrist. Cedal is pretty good. We got these two. Lyndon's okay. I'll put him here. He is fine. I think Lyndon's okay. I think he can be kind of funny sometimes with like some of his supports, but I don't think he's kind of just the another old mage dude in Fire Emblem because we don't have enough of those. Saphir is absolutely going in the C tier. I literally have nothing to say on it. I think Saphir is honestly like out of like at least all the playable characters in this game, Saphir like I don't know why they put Saphir in the game. She's not interesting. Her backstory I guess is sad, but like I don't really feel like it does anything for her character though. I don't know. I just feel like she's really uninteresting and she comes at a bad point in the game where it's starting to reach its climax where I think it was just I don't think it was a good idea. I also to go into some of the villains. Zephia, do not care about her. I think she's not that. I don't really care for her at all. Gris is okay. I think like I do like the fact that he kind of has that masochism going, but I think he's kind of just there as well. And Marnie, she's better than the other two, but she's not even like a lot better. She can be kind of irritating sometimes. At least she's gotten a good enough design. Mavier is really good. I really like Mavier. I like his character arc. He always felt like the odd man out of the four hounds, so it's really cool to see him actually like turn his back on them and then become playable. And I like him. I like his supports. He feels like Dedue, but much more interesting, which I like. So yeah, Mavier is really, really good. And Vale is I forgot. Sombron. He's fine. I like I like his design and his like dragon design. I like that he's kind of like as in like embodiment of evil sort of thing. He's fine. I think it's all right. I wonder how it's kind of interesting. It's like going back to like the Four Hounds. I wonder how like the like new versions of them are gonna be like Celestia, Gregory, and like Madeline. I wonder how they're going to kind of make me like think because there's no DLC on here by the way. But I'm excited to see what they'll kind of be about when that DLC drops. Vale is going in the A tier. Vale's really good. She's a very interesting character. I like the game practically almost revolves a lot around her. I like her a lot. I like her voice too. Yeah. Now we got almost all the emblems. We don't have anything after Wave 1, but that's fine. We could probably go rapid fire at a lot of these. There's not a lot of them. Well, actually, there are a lot of them, but I can go through them quickly. All right, let's go. Marth, he's there. He's your good boy, noble hero. Celica, I like Celica. I recently played through her game, and it's pretty good. I played Echoes recently. It's really good. And I like her in that game. Seeger's pretty cool. I like that he's kind of like the fatherly figure, which is kind of what he is in his own game. But I never played Genealogy. Never played any of the games before Binding Blade. I mean, except Echoes, but that was a remake. Leaf he's fine. I'll put him in the B tier. I like that he's kind of a little different than like the other like good boy characters. Like he's kind of like more like kind of like getting used to things. I like that. Roy is okay. Kind of just the same as Marth though. Lynn is also going in the B tier. I don't really have much to say on Lynn. I've always kind of thought that Lynn is very overrated and isn't anywhere near as good as people make her out to be. Erica's alright. She's kind of like a girl Marth, but at least she's got a cute design. I like her hair. Ephraim is like there, but like he's not even like any of the Bond conversations, at least from what I saw, so that's a little disappointing. Ike is really good. Definitely one of the better Fire Emblem protagonists. I like his personality. I like that he can be blunt, but he isn't mean. Micaiah is alright. Lucina's alright. Girl Marth. Corin's alright. Violet's alright. Tiki's alright. I like her British accent. I think that's kind of fun, but yeah. And then for the Three Houses leaders, they are absolutely going into the A tier. All three of them. I think Edelgard's design could have been a little better in this game, but I love seeing these three. I love their Bond conversations. It's so fun to see them back. It made me squeal so much to see their like introduction cutscene. It's so charming. But yeah, that's the list. If you're wondering why I put so many of the emblems in the B tier, it's mostly just because there's not a lot to say about them. Because a lot of Fire Emblem protagonists are the same character. Like almost all of them have the same characteristic of being a good boy or good girl, and that's kind of their character. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's been done a lot. But yeah, this is the tier list. I think it's not too bad if I do say so myself. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know how you would rank some of these characters and whatnot in the comments below. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace out and take care.